I just needed something more tangible, more fulfilling, and this fills the bill.
Today we're going to speak to CNC student Joel Alba, who recently joined the program after coming out of retirement. So Joel, tell me right now kind of where you're at Alvin College and kind of...
I'm in the CNC machining program. I started in January 26, and this is we're about the halfway point right now. It's only a 16-week program, so we're about halfway through, and the goal, of course, is to find a job or acquire a job before we graduate. Mm-hmm. My understanding is that everybody who has been in the program has found a job, 100%.
What drew you to CNC? What was it about it that you liked doing?
Well, number one, my friend introduced it to me because he's the program manager or program head, and he said, "Why don't you try this?" Because he noticed that I was kind of bored at home. I've been retired for about 7 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I just felt like it wasn't fulfilling being at home. I mean, I do go on trips overseas and everything, but you can only do that so much, And then I just needed something more tangible, more fulfilling, and this fills the bill. And that's why I'm in it right now.
You said you were retired, so tell me kind of so this is your second career, but tell me your first career.
I worked at the City of Houston for 23 years in various capacities, mainly in financial accounting. And I kind of started in public works and engineering, did that for about 10 years. And then after that, I went to the finance department. And then our group got moved over to the mayor's office. So now I'm in front of people trying to explain how these projections work, and everything was great and everything. But then I got to the point where, I'm close to retirement, and I feel like I just want to get out there and do things. I guess it was just a little bit of a fantasy or a dream for me to kind of leave, after being in the government for 23 years. But some people get sick of being at the same job for 23 years.
But what was it about being in government that you just felt like you had to get out? Like, what was it about the job?
My last part of my job was being in the public. And
that changes everything than being in an office and dealing with finance and
I was more of an internal guy before, and then
So you felt introverted as opposed to...
a little bit.
Because that's a very extroverted job.
It is. I had to represent us. I had to take the, bolts and arrows and I asked my supervisor at the time, "Hey, can I even try to defend the City of Houston? I mean, can I say something?" It's like, "No, you're just out there to listen, write notes, take the shots, and then come back and report it." I was like, I wasn't used to it, but we were shorthanded, so I got pushed into that role. But it taught me a lot, and the main reason why I want to come and start something new is to get out and do something completely different. It's a challenge, very much so, and I feel like those financial reports, those projections were great. I didn't get to see results out until after 5 or 10 years later. But with this CNC, you get to see the results right away.
It's very immediate.
It's immediate, yes. That's why I like it so much. And the fact that, after I go through these 16 weeks in the program, the job's pretty much there. So it's not like a waste of time or anything.
Tell me about what CNC that appeals to you. I know you're talking about switching careers, but as far as going from somebody who dealt with reports and data and interaction, now you're dealing with making parts. Like, what is it about that process that you enjoy?
Well, it's hands-on. So before it would be kind of like, okay, here's something, and you would see the results, like I said, like long-term. But here it's like immediate, and not only that, it's like I'm influencing, like with my bare hands, something like right now. And a little bit of it has to do with my father. He was a handyman. He made chairs, tables out of, 2x4s and things like that. So I never really got into it, and I was like, you know what, I don't think I want to do this. And he would tell me, okay, this is how you change a tire, this is how you, change your oil. And then he passed, and then I was like, okay, let me try something.
Maybe there was something to what he was doing then.
Yeah, it was just a kind of like it was there. And then I started making my first part. It was actually dice. That's what I have. I have it in my bag here that we made it. And I just said, wow, this is pretty interesting. This is what, not only I can do on the manual lathe, but also on the CNC milling machine.
It's a huge departure then from what
very much so.
Your previous career then.
And in fact, my brother and my mom asked me, why don't you just go back into what you were doing before? You could probably make a lot more money. And I'm like, no, that would be boring. That would be no challenge.
Where are you looking to get a position once you finish?
Fortunately for the students at the CNC program, we have it's not like a placement service, but 3 people who are kind of their job is to help us get placed. We have people that say, okay, we're going to take you to the job site.
So there's more industry contacts as opposed to
absolutely
sending you out, more or less.
In fact, this is tonight. We're all going. Me and my classmates are all going to a company called Hunt and Hunt. We're going there tonight. We're going to have like dinner first, and then the managers there and the president, I believe, is going to be there to kind of show us around. They're going to try to recruit us. About 2 weeks ago, we had another site visit over at a company called John Crane over in Pasadena, and the recruiter there said, if you're interested, submit your resume now. And then go to our website and apply, and you're guaranteed a job. So I thought that was pretty impressive, for people who are just like in the 5th week of the program. And so that's really what interested me a lot. And then not only that, the people that are here that kind of like set us up for these job site visits, they're really interested in us, I can tell, in comparison to the other schools who are bigger. I think this smaller school is they're really in tune to what we do after we graduate. So I thought that was impressive.
Are there any skills that you from your previous career do you think that helped you with this one at all, or no? Or is it just a very completely different?
It's completely different in terms of the industry, but I do notice that there's a lot of like calculations, mathematical calculations, and efficiencies that they want to promote. Like you want to have that machine working all the time.
You're all about inefficiencies in what you used to do, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, like you want to have that CNC machine run all the time. You can't have any downtime. You can't have any machine breakages. You want to cut that part where it's deep enough to where, or the raw material deep enough to where it's not. It's using the 100% of the tool that's supposed to cut it. So there are efficiencies involved. I feel like I could use my skills from my previous job into this job. I just haven't seen it yet or experienced it, but I believe, because they want to, of course, they don't want anybody sitting around too much. They don't want any raw materials and not being
they
used.
certainly don't want waste in the way it's done. So
yeah, so I think that's where I can maybe add some of my previous skills to enhance my ability to get a job.
How have you felt about the program in and of itself and learning? I mean, do you feel like there's...
that first week of going to school, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, there's a lot of things that I don't know. I was and there was people there who already had experience in machining, people who were really more mechanically inclined than me. So I felt like I was already behind all the runners. I was like in the back of the pack. But I've been coming to school pretty much every day. Trying to get on the machines next door and trying to see the buttons and, practice pressing the buttons.
Get used to the layout of the machine itself before.
Oh, yeah. And seeing and kind of like looking at their, following the study plan, which is based in a program called Amatrol, which is kind of a PowerPoint-based program. And I've been kind of reading the definitions because a lot of those words were completely, like, okay, what's a thou? 0.001 is a thou. Okay, that's what it was.
So there's like nomenclature involved that you have to sort of understand. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And then there's got like different...
That's every profession they have.
Oh, yeah. I was like, so I'm getting used to that. But I'm enjoying it because me and my classmates are kind of helping each other out. We're working on the same projects, so whenever somebody gets ahead in the process, they go back and try to help, students who are falling behind. It's like a team effort. I like that. And the teachers are really good. I really like them. Sean Kellenek and Justin Seeley are our teachers. They're real experienced at it. So they tell us, okay, this is how you do it. And they're not like spoon-feeding us, but they're like saying, what's the logic behind this? And that's what I like.
So you feel like I'm leading you to help you figure it out.
Yeah,
as opposed to telling you what it is.
Exactly. I want to figure it out myself because later on I want to be able to, do it on my own when they're not around. So that's very important for me. Yeah, overall it's great. I mean, our classes are from 6 p.m. to about 9 to 9:30 p.m. Sometimes we're like 10:30 to try to get the project done. But the time passes by very fast, especially when you're focused on, what you want to make a good part. And, my classmates are there. We're kind of just seeing what we're doing and making sure that, everybody's like up to speed. For me, that first week was very difficult. My gosh. But as the weeks go by, I feel like I'm getting a hang of it a little bit more. So, I think I'll be prepared by the time we graduate at the end of May and be ready for whatever job I get after that. So that's going to be interesting. I'm really enjoying the atmosphere here at Alvin. It's very relaxed. It's a beautiful campus. They got a gym that I can use for free. They got free parking. It's like pretty spread out, and they got activities that it's a musical.
With drama production.
Oh, it's a drama production.
Yeah.
They're going to be here this weekend and the next weekend. You can watch some softball if you want to. They've got
So it's a campus life that you've enjoyed then?
Oh, yeah. I think it's more relaxing for me because when I was at the other schools, I was like focused on getting the grades, and I had a full schedule. At this one, it's like I just trying to enjoy it a lot more and trying to take advantage of. This will probably be my last time going to school since I'm already in my mid 50s. And I would encourage those of us who are listening right now who are older. It's never too late. Get out there, you can do it. Yeah, I believe that. For me, it's about like keeping the brain active.
Mm-hmm.
I believe when I was retired for those 6 years, I was like kind of like atrophying a little bit. But I mean, now that I can get up in the morning, get ready, come to school early, start studying my CNC, practicing on the machine, it's like giving me a purpose. So I think this is really helping me out on having a positive attitude.
Thank you for listening. To read about these stories and more, visit alvincollege.edu/news.